All right, we're here with Omnath, Locus of Creation. Fairly popular commander. I just crafted it. I didn't know I didn't own it, so that's cool. We'll see how we do with it. The goal of this version of Omnath is kind of value city with a bunch of land destruction. I shouldn't say a bunch. I should say every castable land destruction spell in the game currently, which there's not too many. But we're going to try that package. Originally, I was using the Teamer Omnath, actually. Where are you? Right here. I was using this as the commander, um, which is why you don't really see any white cards in here. And then I swapped it off for this one, looked at some of the white cards, and really just went with the strongest ones and kept it mainly Teamer. Swords to Plowshares is huge, and Rip Apart is pretty good as well, in my opinion. You could probably run more soft counters, like mana leak ones, not hard counters, because you're blowing up your opponent's lands, keeping them behind on mana. I'm a fan of these two as well. When you're 3 and up, color-wise, maybe 4 and up. 3 and up probably doesn't need much help, but these are decent enough, in my opinion. We are a ramp deck, so we have all the big, crazy stuff. There's kind of an elemental package, at least there was initially. So I'm going to try Risen Reef. There's not too many elementals, but Zendikar's Royal, which I just crafted as well, every time you make a land drop, you get a 2-2. And then every time you get the 2-2, you draw a card. And there's a chance, every time you get a land off the top of your deck with this, um, you make a 2-2, and then you can do it again. So it basically means you never hit land. Well, if you hit a land, you just get to do it again over and over. Don't know how often we're going to have both those cards in play at the same time. I am running the colorless mana rocks here as well. I think they're probably worth it. There's enough color fixing, I'd say, throughout the rest of the deck. I also crafted Felidar Retreat. It doesn't create elementals, but it seems pretty good in all of these styles of decks, so we're going to try it. For mana dorks, I believe it's just Ornithopter and Leafkin Druid because this is an elemental. I might get away with dropping some of these other things, like Cloudkin Seer doesn't do much without other things around it, which I'm not a big fan of in this format. So actually, let's take that out. Llanowar Elves is decent. I'm not a big fan of Lotus Cobra, but I think Omnath is like one of the cards that gets away with it. Also, I might have forgotten to put in Fabled Passage, which is obviously a good card. So let's put that in as well. Boop. Drop maybe... I think there's just 2 white sources in the whole deck. There's no double white in the deck, so this works just fine. Which, as you know, I'm a fan of doing that. Yeah, let's drop one. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. I didn't know that. What else? What else can we do before... Why does this have its own spot up here? It's freaking me out. We like this so far? Yeah. I haven't cast shared summons yet, but we'll see. Let's see. Thinking. No, I kind of like this. Not too many creatures, so Destiny Spinner making your stuff uncounterable isn't super relevant. I mean, Toski already can't be countered, but it's still a nice enough effect, I think. You can kind of mulligan for it against, like, Brawl, if you think that's what you can do. It's hard for Brawl to answer it outright, but it's not impossible. But usually if you want a resistant thing to counters, it kind of has to be a little bit stronger than something like this, in my opinion. But we're going to try it, so let's see what happens. I've seen an uptick in counter decks lately, so let's see how this deck does. Like and subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, do it again anyway somehow. And yeah, I stream on Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern on days that I stream. And the days that I don't stream, I do not stream at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I'll leave it at that. Also, if you want more of a critique about the deck and you don't make it to the end of the video, I tend to dig into the deck harder at the end because I have more experience with it under my belt. Like, I have no idea how this is going to play out because I haven't played the deck before. Also, this hand is really weird, but it's got my favorite card of all time in it. Alright, we're in a good mood, so we're going to say hello, and then we're going to get a red source. Using Fabled Passage before you cast Omnath doesn't feel good, but kind of want to make sure I get my stuff. It doesn't really matter which one. We want to turn 2 cast this as a creature, I think, yeah. We did need blue as well, but... Okay, this isn't super important to survive, right? Like, we still have something to do if this dies. I think I'm going to blow up my... Oh, wait, this is not a land destruction spell. This is just like the... I think there's a 1-mana version of this in one of the... it's like a Gruul card, I think. I'm not sure. I thought it was a land destruction, to be honest, just now. Alright, so we can get a blue source, and then we can leave up negate, I guess. Not opposed to that, right? Let's get an island, and then leave up negate. So we have Omnath mana with just basic lands. That's funny. No double red, but we're probably ways away from casting this. Alright, let me negate something, please. Rip, no negate. No removal spell from them, though. Get it, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So I have to tap my blue mana no matter what I do. Opponent has blue mana up. It's not the end of the world if Omnath gets countered, because I can recast them next turn. And our opponent's next turn is poised into casting Golos anyways. Alright, so we get to draw a card. Oh, it's a removal spell, not a counter spell. Definitely better for us because we get the card cycle. Hey, and we gain 4 life. Yep, we go back there. Hey, land destruction. Alright, so kind of want to just play this tapped. I don't have anything to do next turn. And this could be good, but I feel like I'm going to wind up playing this as a land eventually anyways. And our opponent is not going to block, so... We're 1 mana away, 1 red source away from Star of Extinction, which is pretty cool against Golos. If you're playing land destruction, you're definitely happy you're playing against Golos, but I don't know if it's good enough. It probably isn't. World Tree or Field of the Dead. Opponent's figuring out which one's better here. We're gonna blow up Field of the Dead, and or are we gonna recast Golos? We could just recast this actually. Opponent could activate their commander in response, or next turn if they have a land, right? But we have ways to come back with Star of Extinction if they put insane permanents in play, so I guess I'm not opposed to this. But I'll probably just start... No, I need a second red. Well, we found it now. We can't run the World Tree because we're not 5 color, which sucks. Oh no, they found yet another answer. Okay. Alright. Well, unlike their insanely powerful commander, I do not get a land every time I cast mine. Oh, well, never mind. There goes Star of Extinction. Probably. Actually, no. There's an absolute argument to taking this as well, because I don't have double red in hand. And, yeah. I probably would take Hour of Promise. But Star of Extinction is the second pick for me. I wouldn't be surprised for either. I don't think they'd take this. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Or this, really. That doesn't. Oh, negates? Really? What? Okay, they left me with the better land destruction spell. I'm not sure what that's about. That seems weird to me. They can put Golos in the graveyard because they have Elspeth Conquers whatever right here. Okay, we found this. That's decent, but I think it's more important to just find mana right now. I can leave up negate, or I can cast Guardian Idol. Alright, so Field of the Dead in probably a red Thriving land. Command Tower is decent, but Command Tower is better as a top deck, and I don't really need more colors right now, so I might as well just get this, because it's a tap land. I can just draw command tower at some point. We want the second color to be, we only have one blue, so I guess a blue. Get some Zambi boys. And I think I'm going to leave up negate. Oh, I can't, because everything's going to cost 2 more on my opponent's turn, so I might as well just do this then. Good thing I noticed that. Negate would cost 4. We drew a decent enough card here, too. I can actually steal my opponent's Field of the Dead. But as long as they don't take Star of Extinction, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing next turn. They hit 3 lands. Oh. Alright, so we're going to sauce them with the old Star of Extinction here. Blow up Field of the Dead, I believe. Yep. This sets them back 2 mana because they lose the land and the Paradise Druid, and Golos dies. Which I think they're just going to move over. Now they get the creature back with Elspeth's Conquer. Wow, they actually... Okay. There was a chance there, like if I had something and blew up Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, this would be stuck in the graveyard. That was not the case, but certainly could have been something that happened. Can they... They can activate Golos again immediately, so maybe I should have waited a turn, I don't know. I didn't think they'd do that. Black, blue, white, red, green. Yeah. Okay, they can do it again. Well, that was miserable. And they hit way better things than last time, too. I have no answer to this. Yeah, that was absolutely atrocious. Okay. Well, that's good, but we're not there. So I guess I'll lead with Cultivate. Red and green? Red and green. No, red and blue. Yeah, let's do that. Get some Zambies. I can't stop Golos from happening again. I can just blow up a land. I can kill Golos, but they can recast it. It's probably better than doing anything else, in my opinion, right now. They have 5 cards in the graveyard. Probably. Leave up negate this way as well. If my opponent's turn is just doing that, I think we're not unhappy. No. But that was annoying. So Ulamog resolving doesn't win the game, but it's a pretty strong play. Swords of Plowshares is already gone from the opponent here. And hopefully they just completely tap out. I probably exile Golos into land. Probably. They shocked themselves. What? Why would they do that? I don't know. Why are they shocking themselves? What does this mean? How do you not have the World Tree? Okay, opponent either doesn't have the World Tree or doesn't feel like they need it. Kind of weird. Alright, so pretty... I feel like it's screaming counterspell, but okay. Exile Golos in a land. I could exile Escanta if I feel like that's going to be a problem. But Golos is a problem as well. Yep, so we're going to go this and I guess this? Doesn't... I can't take them off of a color. So yeah, we'll just take this. Whatever. Okay, no counter spell, so I'm not sure why they shocked themselves. Unless it was a counter spell like Tails End, but I feel like they would have countered either Ulamog or the trigger, so that's strange. They milled over Quandrix's Command. Okay, opponent's playing some weird cards here. Oh, that's why. Silly me. They have their own Ulamog. Of course they do. Great. Well, we lose. Unless we draw exactly Swords to Plowshares. I can't beat this. Ugh, that's depressing. Cool. Alright, moving on. Yep, their commander was better than mine. That's actually all it boiled down to. Like, if we did the same thing back and forth, their commander gets a land every time, mine doesn't. Having black is good as well, I suppose, but that wasn't necessary. It's just literally have a better commander than me. Alright, Mahudhudi. I can't pronounce this. Madib. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, we have a land instructions. Well, we have two. We have an additional color here, probably blue. We have turn 2 Leafkin Druid, which means no turn 1 Renegade map. This is a weird hand, but I think we're going to keep it. Godless Shrine tapped. Okay, so we're going to play this off of blue. No, probably red, because that's what our hand has in it. No really blue spells, except Kama, which I'm not super excited about. Okay, well, that's really good for them right now. Yep, I guess we're playing this. You could argue these should be lands themselves, but I think it's fine having them be these 1-mana artifacts. So far, at least. In this case, you would have preferred this to be an untapped land, and it's not, so that's unfortunate, but not much I can do about it now. So we go get an island, and we have no answer at all to Essica. No answer. And it comes in next turn. No answer. I can't blow up a land, so I'm pretty much have to do this anyways. Just, I mean, that's the only thing I can do, so I get a forest, I mean an island, and then we can play this and see if we can beat Essica, which I don't think I can, actually. Maybe I need more answers to artifacts and enchantments. This is certainly a position where I really feel like I should have a way to deal with Essica resolving, and I don't have it. Okay, their opponent didn't have the right colors to play it, or no land in hand. I don't know what this is. Okay, Stone Rain is decent. It forces them to counter it, right? They're probably going to counter anything I do. Seems fine. What am I blowing up, though? The Godless Shrine? This probably is saw it coming. Swan Song. What? Okay. That's different. Counterspell nonetheless, though. It's not like the 2/2 is very strong here. Red or green? Probably red again. Yeah. It's not like I was leaving up a negate or anything. This is so annoying. I can never get this to resolve, and every deck I make like just lets this happen. It's just so depressing. Alright, well, I can try to... Alright, I'm going to blow up their Godless Shrine here, I think, yeah. I could blow up Steam Vents too, but this blows up a whole color for the opponent. Now it's a matter of not dying to free spells, I guess. And that one pretty much solos me on its own. I can block it for some time, but... Yeah, I need, like, Wilt and stuff. And this is the problem with a bunch of land destruction spells. You're not really catching up on the board. Like, if you start falling behind, then your opponent doesn't care if you blow up their lands. Like, this just... You don't. My opponent doesn't even need to play lands now that they have the Prismatic Bridge. So, all right. We can get a second green here to cast. Oh no, we can cast Kama with second green here. So, Kama doesn't feel that good though. Like, I mean, it's not bad, but we're still gonna lose to what's in play, right? This doesn't stop my opponent from finding the best cards in their deck every turn. Yeah. Oh, look, a combo of their own. Okay, yep. I don't think I have ever played the Prismatic Bridge and had it survive for 2 turns, so I don't think I've ever done that. And I've played a lot of Essica, and I don't think I've ever had Essica stay in play for 2 turns in a row. It's pretty much an auto win if that happens, and makes me want more artifact in naturalized effects, just more naturalized. So we could drop this weird elemental package. I could drop these weird removal spells that count my lands. I'm not even sure why I had those initially. There's plenty of removal that's just better than that. But we need like Wilt. Dream Trawler? I'm not running Dream Trawler. No, there's way better ways to draw cards. In fact, Teferi could probably get in this deck. Hide behind a wall of tokens instead. I don't think Dream Trawler is very good actually. Certainly good when your opponent has no removal, but otherwise not very strong. What else can we do? We can run another removal spell. Could drop these for just actual lands. Kind of thinking about doing that actually. How many lands are we running right now? 36. All right, we can drop these for lands. Probably just 2 forests. And then the next card can be... No, I don't like Escanta either. Not big on that one. There's a lot of cards in my deck that I don't see myself milling over. You can drop Omnath too. This is good when you start playing lands, right? I don't care about the top part of the text. The bottom's good though. Just drawing a card every time I play land seems really good. But yeah, I'm seldom gonna... I guess there's ramp spells I mill over sometimes, and maybe redundant lands. Could add another counter spell, maybe a hard counter, not just one of these situational ones. It's not impossible. Actually, let's drop a forest and add an island. Okay, so maybe it just keeps the new cards up here. I'm not sure of that. I don't know why it's doing that. It looks weird. What's another naturalize? What? Oh, enchantment. Yeah. So there's a bunch of white ones. I'd rather have a green one. There's Night of Autumn. I am running Rip Apart. There's this thing. There's this as well. This isn't bad. It's a naturalize. If you don't need it, it gives you a treasure token. I think that's fine. Kogla's good as well. I don't have humans to pick up, and I have really no way to cheat him out of my deck, so I'm not super big on that. Ravager Worm is questionable. It does blow up a land, but it costs 6 mana. At 6 mana, you probably want to do something a little bit stronger, but I want to keep the land destruction theme in here for now. Oh yeah, I also crafted Curse of Silence for this deck, which is funny. I don't think I own Swan Song, actually, but that's certainly a very strong counterspell, and I should look into it. Maybe I should craft it now. It's always outside of my, like... I never think about it, but it's very, very, very good. You can't counter creatures, but that's fine. You can't counter planeswalkers either. Maybe for now we don't. I also found this card, Dire-Strain Rampage, which is another naturalize effect, but you can blow up your own land, and it's basically a Haro, right? Blow up a land, get 2. So it's kind of got 2 things going on, and it has flashback. So we did have a fair amount of naturalized effects in the deck. Like there was a fair amount of ways to deal with Essica, and we just didn't have any. I could have mulliganed for one. Certainly something to look into, because their deck isn't super strong without the bridge sitting there. So that is unfortunate. Alright, so we're against a deck that has no ramp outside Mana Rocks, which makes our early naturalized effects good. This hand is really weird, but if I can resolve Star of Extinction, I am very happy. So we get blue? No, I think green is 10 times more important, so we're going to get green here. There's only one of each basic in the white sources. I feel like I've gotten them quite often here. Alright, so we're going to lead with something that can't die to removal. What do they name on this? Black, blue, okay. Yeah, we're going to run this out. Ornithopter boy just dies, so... Next turn we can actually just Toski. Toski is extremely good against this, so that's good. Can't be countered and it's indestructible. I don't know what they do to beat this. Does like edict effects? There's not a ton, but there's certainly some in their deck. Please tap out this turn. Make me happy. Dang it. Shoot. Alright, so there's certainly... They have, like, perfect mana for turn 5 Nicol Bolas. We're not really doing anything. We can just... No, we're not going to run into a counterspell here. I think it's pretty powerful to force our opponent to counter... I mean, we can run this out, actually. We don't care if it gets countered or killed. So, that's fine. Alright, yeah. If our opponent isn't casting spells for the first 4 turns of the game, I think we're happy. And if all they're doing is playing... Okay, they can't because they played a colorless source. If all they're doing was playing their commander, we're very, very happy. In fact, we don't really have to do anything at all as long as Toski's here. Oh. Never mind. Alright, let's try to keep our hopes up here. So is it the second one? If it's the second time, add blah blah. So I can get 2 from this. And there's no 1 mana counterspell, right? Yeah. So we can actually cast this and then do crazy stuff. Get 2 land triggers, gain 4, and then I'll get a green source probably. I have one in hand. I don't really need a second one. The Thriving Land is the second green. But I don't need a second of anything else. Yeah, I think it's just safe to get a second green, actually. Let's just do that. Get the mana, and then we can blow up Command Tower? Sets them back a turn. Yeah. We're going to blow up Command Tower is what we're going to do. And then we're not going to tap or target creatures. Okay. Opponent floats red for some reason. I don't know what that's going to do. Nothing. Just wasting my time. Alright. Black, black. Wait, am I tripping? Why were they able to cast that? How come they were able to cast that off of Karn's Bastion? Take action. Add 2 mana. Oh, so this filters the Karn's Bastion. I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I have no way to... Wait, 5, 6... I do. I keep forgetting the Arcane Signet is right there. Alright, this is huge. We get to blow up this color fixer land and kill Nicol Bolas. So now they're very far away from casting it because they can't filter this. So it's essentially another... Well, actually, that's not true because this does actually pay for the commander tax, right? But it just kind of color screw them. So we're going to play things we don't care gets counterspelled because we don't care if it gets counterspelled. It snap resolved. That's kind of funny. All right, red source and blue. And then we play this, and then we play Felidar Retreat. Again, it's another card I don't really care gets counterspelled, right? And then we can Scape Shift next turn. Oh wow, they just don't counter it. I couldn't do that in the opposite order because this gives me untapped mana. I really didn't expect that to resolve, actually. Okay, now they only have one blue untapped. Opponent seems to have kept either a very questionable hand or just a... I don't know. The hand, it feels like it's weird to me right now. I feel like they're holding a counterspell for Omnath. I feel like that's what's happening, but... Let's get some cats. Alright, so we win if this resolves and they have no sweeper. So they have to have no counter and no sweeper. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Get 11 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, 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 whoa. 9, 10, 11. Wait, which one is this? The red one? The red one can get green. The white one can get blue. And the green one can get red? Okay, that's fine. So we get infinite Felidar counters and infinite, like... I think there's enough creatures here. We don't have to worry about the amount. So I'm just going to put counters to avoid languish effects. Because obviously the zombies will just win the game. They're all like 11/11 zombies. Oh, that's great. But yeah, I mean, if they have a Ritual of Soot, then, you know, they haven't scooped yet, so I feel like they probably do. But this demands a sweeper. Alright, they got the sweeper. Alright, that's really no surprise. Okay, so we cast Omnath. Draw a card. Hey, that's actually not bad. No land, though, so now we just pass. They flip Iscot? No, they're kind of far from that. So now we have a decent hand, actually. Essence Scatter is not great, but kind of have something to stop Nicol Bolas, sort of. Chandra? That kills Nicol Bolas, so let's not let that... I mean, it kills Omnath. Let's not let that happen. Okay, they have an answer anyways. Great. Guess we're going to recast it again. At least I draw a card every time. Oh, I can just find a bunch of lands this way. But I'll probably just find 2 lands here, so I can still cast my commander. Draw a card. Agent is really good. So yeah, oh wait, we get 3, right? 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not leaving up Essence Scatter. Make sure I click the right one. So we just do this for 3. We get a zombie as well. No more non-basic lands, unfortunately. I could have left up Essence Scatter, actually, but I chose not to. Don't see a reason to put +1/+1 counters. Going wide seems good against a spot removal deck. Especially if all they do is cast Nicol Bolas to kill Omnath. They're not really doing anything. Opponent agrees. Looks like they're going straight into an Escanta activation. Alright. I assume there's more damage here. Murderous Rider, okay. That's fine. As long as we keep making land drops, we can sort of do the Golos thing, right? Continuously recast this. Every time we cast it, we get a oh, come on, really? Oh, what a last card. That is really good. Okay, let's see. Am I playing this as a creature? Probably, actually. Probably. Get a cat, get a zombie. And then we pass, leave up Essence Scatter for like the only creature in their deck, probably. I could leave it for Agent of Treachery. I probably will. I don't want to counter something and then wind up casting something absolutely devastating. Oh no, there it goes anyways. That's unfortunate. But we have the best card ever, and they might scoop when they see it, as they have no answer right now, and I steal Escanta. So do I steal Iskanta or do I steal Nicol Bolas? I feel like stealing Iskanta is better. So we're going to do that. I'll give you that. And then I'm going to go get lands. Might as well play this out of hand. I could wait. One counter seems fine, so I can actually start swinging. Yeah, no, we're just going to play the land. Put a counter on everything. Sauce them with the beats. So they have one card in hand, no more Iskanta to tutor for sweepers. They insta-block, makes me think that there is a sweeper here. But we're going to force it out. I'm going to shift Q as there's no response to anything, and I don't like the priority being held on my Guardian Idol. Okay, it's just game then. Oh, they can... No, they can't. That's game. Alright, so we're 1 and 2. I love the Felidar Retreat. Anything that just gets under counter spells like that and then develops threats. So I think they had Counterspell for a while, and they declined to counter Scapeshift and Felidar Retreat, which, as we see here, is the reason they died. Countering Omnath is great and all, but if you see me kind of just top-decking, sure, this draws a card. I don't think it's the scariest thing right there, though, because after it draws a card, I'm not doing anything with the life gain or the extra 4 mana it gives me every now and again. It can randomly deal 4 damage to you, but I was kind of running out of lands, right? Do we want maybe 1 or 2 more value lands? Because it's weird scape-shifting and getting a lot of basics. We are running a lot of basic land ramp spells, but I wonder if there is a non-basic land that I'm... Let's look at our rares here. Let's look at rare and mythic rare lands. Ones that are good in play, not like this, right? I'm talking about... We did have Hall of Storm Giants in play, too. Like this... That was going to kill them if they didn't have a way to deal with it. Drop basics and add some temples, maybe. We are all in on basics. We could run the triomes as well. I actually like that. Drop maybe... I almost want to drop one of each mountain for those, because, I mean, these are both red, right? And we don't have any double red except 1 card, and it costs 7. And I'm pretty sure 2 of our 7 mana sources would be red at that point. So we don't really need double red at all. And we only have... And we have no double white, so that's why we're doing this. So yeah, I think we can shave one of each of these. Strange philosophy to have, I'm sure, but I do like doing that. The flip lands, the pathways are good as well. They come in untapped. It gives me more choices. We probably have more than enough basics as is. What do we take out for it, though? I like Evolving Wilds. Could drop the Thriving Lands, maybe? No, that's redonkulous. Alright, we can drop one of each forest and add the green pathways, because that's quote-unquote free, right? Add that one, this one, and I believe there's a third one. Red, green, red, blue. No, green, blue, green, white, green, red. This one. And then we can drop another forest, because, again, it's basically free to do that. Alright, that works. That works. I slapped the lands together pretty fast. I have the philosophy, at least in Paper Commander, to play a lot of basics when you're playing a ramp deck, which a lot of my Commander decks usually are. Or my one favorite Commander deck, I should say. Though it's not really a ramp deck, as it's more like a control sweep combo deck. But having basics is pretty strong. Alright, so now we're sad we dropped some of the can't be countered cards here, but can't play everything in the same deck. We can Swords of Plowshares Brawl, which buys us some time, I guess. I like doing that. Land Destruction seems alright. We'll lead with the pathway last, right? They did not play their... What? Okay. So we can't cast things that put double... Okay. That's weird. I don't know why you play this. I think you're just countering your... What is my opponent doing? Either my opponent is a genius, or I don't know. I'm gonna just whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I just stone rain him, I guess. Whoops, I'm in combat. I think I just stone rain him, force him to counter this, and then I Swords to Plowshares their commander. I don't know. I'm kind of confused right now. Opponent played this very strangely. Oh, of course it was Spell Pierce too, right? Yeah. Okay, so now they have Brawl with counter magic up. Sort of completely played around my whatchamacallit here? What is this? Delver of Secrets? What? Did they have no counterspells in hand? I'm confused. Okay, we'll play this as green here. I am very confused. Okay, well, we're going to try to Veil of Summer Swords to Plowshares in the same turn sequence. This is pretty likely to flip. They have a ton of... Okay, nope. Okay. They can crack the Mind Stone whenever they feel like it. I'm just going to do this now, I guess. Blink of an eye. Doesn't it make more sense to just recast their commander instead of... Okay. So Haro makes me put lands back to my hand, which we don't want to do, obviously. They get to recast Brawl now, but they're tapped out, so I feel like they're not going to, given the way they've been playing so far. They probably just won't cast it again. They do. Alright, so we actually have a window to do something here, which is kind of unbelievable. Opponent has 5 lands in play, and we actually have an avenue to just do something. Does gaining 4 life do anything? Probably. But I think we're just going to leave up Veil of Summer. Oh, we can't. Yeah, alright, I did that backwards then. No, I did that backwards. We couldn't leave up Veil of Summer. Blink of an Eye is out of the way. 1 less bounce spell. They still have like Petty Theft, I guess, but not too many ways to deal with Omnath sitting there. This can be countered. It's not the end of the world if it is countered. I think I'd prefer to blow up Confounding Conundrum. I can just cast a ramp spell. It would be very strange if our opponent countered a ramp spell because they have Confounding Conundrum. We pick up the 2 lands we get, but I think that is totally fine. So we get this one and maybe another red just to not have to deal with this anymore. Pick up the islands. Like, we don't really care about this. We just pick up the islands. We just want the Omnath triggers. And we essentially draw 2 cards. Alright, so now we have some mana. We deal 4 damage to their face. And then we can try to get this into play. We have Veil of Summer up now. This can kill them, actually. Klothys can kill them. Alright, let's see if this works. Crack the Mind Stone, Desperation. A lot of counter spells to avoid here. Alright, looks like it worked immediately. Get wrecked. And then we can sauce them for 4. Because there's no way they're going to block. And once this flies, we obviously can't block it. Fabled Passage is good. It's a another second Omnath trigger. We can Haro as well. Like, this isn't the end of the world. Which is kind of weird, right? Playing ramp spells in the face of this. But as you see here, it doesn't really matter. Landfall triggers are more important than actually putting the lands into play. And our deck stops at 7 mana anyways. Well, most of it stops at like 5, but there's some 7 and 8s and obviously Ulamog. Ruin Crab. I cannot imagine we lose to getting milled. That would be very strange. And they milled a ramp spell that was on top, which I guess makes us happy. Alright, so Klothys could very well just kill them. I'm going to remove the bounce spells. Good game, boy. So the way our opponent played this was extremely strange, but their opening hand was strange. I don't know if this was in their opener. There's no way to know, but I think Spell Pierce was, which meant like the only counterspell in their entire opening hand was Spell Pierce for sure, and probably Tail's End. And they went Mana Rock, Confounding Conundrum, Delver, Brawl, which is like the worst way to have a Brawl opener. I appreciate it not being a straight up Brawl deck with a bunch of counters and none of this nonsense. But that is cool to see. I like that. But as we saw there, probably not as good as just turn 2 Brawl. Ever. It's funny, the one game I actually have swords for Brawl, like super early, they're playing some wonky list, and it kind of undoes the attempt to exile an early Brawl. I think it was also a mistake to blink of an eye Brawl. Doesn't do anything at all, actually, because you're just going to recast it anyways. Unless they had 1 mana short. If they were 1 mana short of recasting Brawl, then that makes sense, I guess. Still very strange to me. Alright, so we can name Golos with Curse of Silence, which I've always wanted to do. But this hand is bad, so we probably can't. Wilting Golos is not how you win the game. Alright, this is a little bit better. We can sort of color screw our opponent maybe with Cleansing Wildfire. But we are missing blue. We have a double blue card. We have a blue treasure token, which will probably wind up being a naturalized effect, though. Maybe. I don't know. It depends if they have any mana rocks. We'll see. I like this, though. Gonna have a turn 2 Florahedron. Oh, that's another land destruction spell. Look at that. I actually had to craft that one this time. Yeah, we're gonna run this out. I could have made a treasure token and then had next turn Omnath with perfect mana colors, but I'm not gonna do that. Opponent actually avoided being Ruin Blastered with a Golos deck early too. That's actually insane. I can blow up my own land. Which one would it be? The green one? No, I kind of need all of them, actually. This is a really weird turn. Probably just making a treasure token now, actually. Yeah, I'll just do that. That's fine. Sauce him for 1 here. My opponent negated my treasure token. Okay. Alright. You know, that is you can do that. That is something you can do. They yet again avoid the Ruin Blaster. Is this even a Golos deck? What is happening? Okay, there we go. God. Please. Please. So we kicker this? We cannot. We don't have double red, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate, actually. So I guess I do this anyways because I need to scry lands on top. That is a blue source. That is a mana dork. That is not super relevant. This comes in tap, though. Oh, well. It's a land. How many basics are they running? Oh my god. Oh, nope. That's not a basic. Alright, so blowing that up with this isn't great, but... I mean, I'm not doing anything right. I think I'm going to blow up my forest here, actually. But I kind of want to blow up the land they get with Golos, because that's going to be the biggest problem. But we have Ruin Blaster. And I need double red. I also need double blue. Yikes. This is no bueno. I don't feel like passing. Doing nothing. That feels really, really abysmal. But I think I just have to. Just have to accept it. This is not a good turn sequence. This is not, this hasn't been good so far. So this is another double red spell that I actually did not take into consideration. Okay, they got the World Tree. We found an instant way to blow it up. Kind of have to do that. Yep. But opponent has literally perfect mana with all single colored lands. Oh, Golos. Whatever. I can't stop this. I can't even take them off of colors to stop it, and we're not drawing lands. Okay, well I need to draw lands. So I gotta do that. There's the second red source, a little too late though, but I guess I can blow up maybe. It doesn't matter now, does it? Nope, doesn't matter. Can wait for Field of the Dead at some point, but I feel like I just want to... just cycle this, I guess. For it has to be a forest. Okay. Still no second red though. There's no way to do that. That's unfortunate. Yep, this is just Golos. This is, again, we have no answer to what our opponent... Hey, well, wait, why is this a good game? What are you doing? This does not feel like good game. That does not win the game. I have this. We actually almost kill this too, with Ruin Blaster having haste. That's really funny. Okay, so we want this in play. We're gonna poke Ujin and put him to 1. Then he just has to lightning bolt this. That's probably fine. We'll leave up counterspell this way as well. Blow up this. Swing here. Maybe we should run lightning bolt as well, actually. I didn't think of that. This doesn't stop our immediate problem. That is just Golos. I can steal Golos, but that ain't getting me far. Hey, they whiffed, sort of. Nothing to naturalize on our side. Probably have to Agent of Treachery Ujin anyways. Alright, never mind. We can actually just blow up everything our opponent is doing. Send him back to the Stone Age. Which land? I guess the one that's tasked for 2 different colors. But, I mean, until I have an answer to Chromatic Lantern, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, that was a very, very early, strange, good game. Opponent thought they had us. Alright, well, now we have no answer to that. At least not yet. I can steal it, but if I don't steal Golos, I lose. Opponent just played 3 lands in the same turn. Okay, yep. This demands that they blow up their own Golos. I might as well force them to do that. I do have an answer to it, eventually. With Waking the Trolls for the Field of the Dead, so it's not completely gone. Okie dokie. Yeah, real nice. Kenrith? What on earth? Alright, blowing up Field of the Dead seems kind of good now. But I can't afford to go off of Counterspell, I don't think. I can play this and then pass. They can reanimate Golos, actually. I mean, Uro with this, sort of, in a way, right? Kind of. Can't counter that. And then it's indestructible forever. I mean, if I get Felidar Retreat soon... No, this game's over. It has haste. It's over. Yep, we're just literally Golos, but worse. And we're feeling that every time we play against Golos. Golos is better in every single way than Omnath. I can definitely change the list to make Omnath better, right? Like, we could sort of... The land destruction thing in Historic Brawl is just not working. It's satisfying to blow up your opponent's lands, but it's just not doing anything. I want to take the whole thing out and go in a different direction. Maybe more counter spells, more value cards. Can't really make room for more ramp spells. We're kind of full on those. We're just getting stomped by Golos. We're just worse than Golos in every way. Yeah, we're going to try to drop the land destruction. Which means if you don't watch far into the video and you just copy the list, you're going to be confused why the video has a different list. We're going to drop that. Cleansing Wildfire is decent. I'm going to drop that as well. It blows up like the annoying lands, but I'm going to drop that too. Ravage of Go. I like Waking of the Trolls. It is basically an Agent of Treachery on an opponent's land, sort of, and I do like that. What else is not super great here? No, that's about it. So what do we do here? What are we doing instead? Could add some more actual white spells. Don't know what they'd be. Attacking people's graveyard, I'm never a fan of. But I guess I could run like a couple graveyard hate spells. I could look up some Omnath lists to see what people do run in Omnath. It certainly is not... what's the card? Shoot. I can't remember. Elspeth Conquers Death, I can see that being good. Approach the Second Sun. I don't think you can get away with that in this deck. Maybe you can. It's... I don't know. It's not off the table for me. I'm willing to try it. I actually like this one more than this one, because this one's like harder to get than this. Technically, I'd say. I had that one first. It moves. How do you not like moving art? This is kind of cool though. What is cool about this, it has nothing to do with like Amonkhet or anything, right? But this does. Alright, we'll try Approach the Second Sun. I'm not big on it, but certainly better than what we've been doing, I'd say. Can run some more counter spells. I'm not opposed to that, actually. Counter spells are pretty powerful in this format so far. We do have Search for Iskanta, so now... Approach. So now Search for Iskanta is certainly on the table. I think I like it a bit more now. Oh, right, Uro. God, Uro should have been in here the whole time. I bet someone was screaming at me the whole time for that. Uro was, like, supposed to be in here. Let's be real. What does this do? Top 5, any number of permanents, and the rest in your hand. So, again, this kind of gets you closer to Approach the Second Sun. I like that, because it at least goes in your hand. Could run this as well. It's Mana Rock. Mana Rocks make lands in hand a little bit better, because you want to play lands when Omnath is in play. So having Mana Rocks instead of like ramp spells works decently. Early, that is. Am I ready to DM tomorrow? Yep. That I am. I also like this. It's kind of like... Clever Impersonator or whatever. So we're going to try that. I'm going to run that too. You can play an additional land whenever you cast a spell, draw 2. Discard your hand. Whatever. I own it. It's going in. What we were doing was not working, so I'm willing to try some weird stuff right now. I like Faithless Looting as well, actually. Whirlwind of Thought? Isn't that just a weird counterspell? Wait. Unless you're talking about command... Wait. Oh, was that the card I just added and didn't read? No, you're not. What are you talking about? You're scaring me. Oh. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Alright. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? So, alright, we'd try that. I like it. I like it. I like it. We certainly have a lot of that in the deck. I'm gonna have to make another video about this deck because I was not satisfied with this. But I'm not done playing it yet. Let's just browse mythics and rares for now. God, I don't like this viewer. How do I go away doing this? Brainstorm. Yes. Brainstorm. Kind of forgot that existed, actually. Fate of Wishes can't do anything. I like Commit to Memory. I like Narset. I like 5-Minute Teferi. You can run it in Omnath. 5-Minute Teferi is certainly good, but I don't have a lot of counter spells, so maybe it's not like insane. The extra turn effects I'm also not running. Maybe I should be running the extra turns. Drop Risen Reef. We're kind of completely off of the elemental thing now, other than like the one Zendikar's Royal. But without that, it's not doing anything, and I don't think that's worth running. So we can drop that, maybe add Time Warp. That's just a good card no matter what's happening. Alright, that just feels better. We're going to try that. Maybe some more mana dorks, because we are light on mana dorks. Like, very light. We only have one. I'm more in on Omnath creating value from ramp spells, getting additional lands in play and stuff. But certainly something there. Alright, I feel like we're more prepared for this matchup now. But we'll see what happens. Oh, this hand is almost really good. This hand is almost really good, but... Alright, we have a plan with this hand, though. I can cast cards with this, so I guess I'm going to run it. Opponent has the best land in their deck right out the get-go. That's unfortunate. No, I guess Field of the Dead is in contention with that. But this means you don't have to worry about being color screwed before you go for your commander. Opponent has something they can cast on their own turn, but they're not doing it. I don't know what that could be. I'm going to run this out over the Ornithopter. Okay, yep. Okay. Please draw a land. Opponent has all the 2-mana ramp in the world here. Maybe we want Growth Spiral as well, actually. Growth Spiral and Explore. We're not running those 2 cards. Alright, thank God. So now we get red and white. But now we have to deal with Essica. We can try to cheese them out with an approach, right? But I don't think that's a good idea. We can try to steal it eventually with... Oh, they didn't have a land. Well, that's actually insane. Neither do we, though. I think I'm going to play 4 and 2 instead of Waking the Trolls. But I guess I could just run this out. I mean, I might as well. Right? Yeah. Because the other thing I'm doing is not that strong. They rip apart my Mana Rock. That's funny. Alright, so we run out. I guess I'm going to try to just cast this now, actually. That seems fine. Hey, got the land, paid off. So I can't leave up Rip Apart given the colors, so I'll just run out Ornithopter Boy. Thopty Boy. Alright, they found Lemenasos. I haven't had a counterspell yet. I could just not blow this up and rip apart their Essica, which I feel like I want to do, and continue to demand that they counter my stuff. So we're going to bring this into play. We have blue already. Guess I could do red. Sure. Get some life. Kiora? because they like have to counter it, but they didn't counter Omnath, so this feels good. Yep, this feels pretty good. Now they kind of need a board wipe. I don't even really need Omnath. But hopefully they just try to windmill slam Essica here. They do not, actually. Look at that. Suppose it's kind of hard to pull it off at this point, because if they just play it and it dies, they really can't ever go for it again. Song of Creation also gets me really close to approach. I gotta make sure this is not in my hand when this is, though, or I'm screwed. Tap all non-land permanents. So we're going to tap the Arcane Signet if that is worth doing. We can copy the Arcane Signet. Casting this and then passing doesn't feel very good. I'm going to lead with attacking. For 12. They have to deal with this or otherwise I steal a permanent, so they can't cast their commander next turn. Otherwise I'll just take it. Maybe this is the time to just do this, because the rest of my hand isn't really doing anything at all. I could have copied my Kiora's Best the Sea God, but if it gets blown up in response, I'm down 2 cards. Okay, you time warp yourself, sure. They shock themselves, okay. Casualties of War doesn't do it. Looks like this is Casualties of War, actually. They got like perfect mana from the World Tree of the 6th land. But this has hexproof. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, they can't. This has hexproof. They can't do anything. So next turn we probably just cast... See, I don't want to cast Song of Creation until my hand is empty. It doesn't work too well with counter spells, really, because you can't leave them up when you're discarding your hand. But if we're on the Approach the Second Sun plan, that doesn't really matter. Alright, so we're on the board. That's cool. Whatever we just did worked. Granted, our opponent did get a little mana screwed. But that happens. Alright, it's Keenan. I'd almost prefer to play against Brawl than Keenan, because I think Keenan is actually stronger. But you can't pick your opponents here. Oof. I still love this format. Just there's so few aggro decks. It's just great. And until it's completely infested with aggro, I'm gonna keep playing this format. Alright, so we really want all colors early, so I'm not going to try to get Evolving Wilds value from Omnath. Okay, they don't do turn 2 Keenan, smart. We're going to get blue. Yep. We actually don't have anything to do next turn. Opponent has 3 mana. Still have 3 mana. Okay. They can activate Keenan already next turn. Just, oh, it's so ridiculously strong. Probably have to blow up a mana rock. I'm not really doing anything if I'm doing that, but I kind of have to do that. So let's try. I mean, if you have a counter, you're snapping it off. Yep. I don't know why that took so long. Alright, that's game. They just activate Keenan every turn, and I lose. Yeah, Keenan is definitely the strongest commander in the game. Brawl and Scythus, or Silithar, or whatever, the green-white enchantment chick, are a close second, but Keenan is completely in a league of his own. He ramps faster than any other commander, and you get to play blue for counter spells. And you get to leave up his ability at instant speed. You don't have you don't have to do it on your own turn. If it was a sorcery speed ability, I think he'd be a little bit more in check. But the fact that you can do it whenever you want is absolutely insane. And he comes down so incredibly early and ramps you so incredibly fast. There's just nothing anyone can do about it except maybe one of the three like titans of the format, and obviously the mirror. Okay, we have shared summons. I'd like to actually cast this card, so we're gonna keep this hand for sure. We are going to immediately get white. We have one of each color now, and they're all snow too. That's funny. All snow. We can leave up Rip Apart early. I'm actually not a fan of Once Upon a Time. I'm not big on this. Can it hit lands? I think it can, right? Creature or land, yeah. Alright, so I guess I'll leave up Memory Lapse over Rip Apart. Right? Because if they play this, it's got hexproof. And I might as well, like, Time Walk our opponent. Put that on top. Seems pretty strong. Play this because it's tapped. For green or red. We don't need double anything but green given the hand. So we'll do double green. Okay. So now we play red. We can cast Omnath. Draw a card. Now we contend with Golos. Somehow. We can blow it up, I guess. Maybe this is the game where I do tempo Golos over and over and just keep killing him so he can't, like, win the game on his own like he always does. It would be kind of weird if they didn't oh my god, they're not casting Golos. And it looks like we're losing our ability to actually cast... Oh no, they didn't take shared summons. I certainly would have taken shared summons. This could technically get 2 naturalized creatures. So if you want to take this, I feel like taking... I don't know. There's certainly something else going on in this turn, because I don't think they'd just do that. Okay. Hey, Whirlwind of Thought. Are we doing it right now, or are we just playing this and start making tokens? Can I play this first? I can, but then I don't get a Felidar Retreat cat. But I get 2 cards out of my hand. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, this is essentially a cat, right? Play this. Float white. Play Felidar Retreat. I mean, I could run this out as well. No, we're going to run this out. Opponent took a turn off of casting Golos. Strange. I don't think it's ever right to do that, but we'll take it. Like, they took a removal spell for Golos, but Golos just doesn't care at all about that. Because you can just recast Golos. They, like, cast it the same turn as if I was going to blow it up anyways. And they just casted a Thoughtseize on it, and they left me with a card that's arguably stronger. But we have no answer to them doing things right now. Whirlwind of Thought probably has to come in play right now. I'm going to make a cat. Blue doesn't really matter. Do we run this out now? Probably should just shared summons, actually. Ooh, I don't know. No, we're just doing this. Either way, I'm not, like, stopping Golos anytime soon. I could have done this on their end step, maybe, and got Agent of Treachery immediately. This isn't instant. Maybe that was right. End step, Agent of Treachery, steal Golos. That is certainly a thing I could have done. Kiora, Best the Sea God, in Ruinous Ultimatum. Cool, we lose our whole board. And they steal a permanent. Great. Alright, well, every time we play against Golos, we wish we were Golos. Yeah, no, now even if I had Agent of Treachery at the end step. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Golos keeps in check all, like, the ramp spells and all the ramp decks and stuff, because he's the one you do it with. So if you're not running Golos as a slow ramp style thing, then you're just way behind in the Golos matchup. especially how Golos gives access to every card in the game, so you can sort of craft and tailor your Golos deck however you see fit, and no two Golos decks are alike. Golos could have no 7 mana ability and still be better than Omnath. It's just so absurdly strong. But yeah, we didn't do too well. This would kind of make a cool Golos list, though, looking at it. I wouldn't even have to put in any black, right? We could just keep it as is and just replace Omnath with Golos, and I feel like it would be just stronger. I think it was better without the land destruction. I didn't have a huge sample size of games, but I would say it was stronger with land destruction. Without land destruction. Could probably drop some ramp spells and add more interaction to the board. You're not really getting anywhere when you're doing that against Golos in particular, but it's certainly an option. I do like Song of Creation, and Whirlwind is alright, right? Those are pretty decent. I think I like Song of Creation a little bit more, especially when you're playing stuff like Approach and you can just violently draw towards it, making sure you don't discard it, but certainly something there. This might not be the deck for these, but I'll keep them in mind. I don't know, a little bit underwhelming, though I am not too surprised, because every time I play against this, when I am Golos, I like never lose. So being on the other end of that is not great. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Still fun to play. I do like these, multicolored good stuff piles. I like the ability to run a ton of basic lands with a ton of ramp spells and not feel color screwed, even though we kind of were color screwed. Maybe we're a little too light on the basics for this color schemes. Or the alternate route is more heavy on green and more colorless ramp spells, so you don't worry about getting color screwed. Like Chromatic Lantern could be in here somewhere. Certainly better ways to make it, but I like playing it. It's still fun. But yeah, all right, that's enough of that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time, which probably won't be tomorrow when it usually is, because I'll be busy tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see. See you probably Saturday. Peace.